Welcome to the Daily Easy English Talk, where we explore mysterious stories from the real world. Stories that make you think, wonder, and sometimes shiver. Today's story takes us to the snowy mountains of California, where 5 friends disappeared in 1978, and only some of them were ever found. This is the Yuba County Five. 5 men lost in the snow. Part 1. The night of the game. It was February 24th, 1978. 5 young men from Yuba City, California, Ted Weiher, Jack Hewitt, William Sterling, Jack Madruga, and Gary Mathias, were excited. They loved sports, and that night they were going to watch a basketball game at Chico State University. They called themselves the Boys. They were good friends, always laughing, joking, and taking care of each other. But they also had some challenges. All of them, except Gary, had mild intellectual disabilities. Gary Mathias, the 5th member, had served in the U.S. Army, but struggled with schizophrenia. He was doing well, taking his medication, and the group had been getting along perfectly. The 5 men left Yuba City in Jack Madruga's 1969 Mercury Montego, a sturdy car, silver in color and full of excitement. They drove 50 miles north to Chico, watched the game, and cheered for their team. After the game, they stopped at a convenience store to buy snacks and drinks, candy bars, milk, pies, and soda. It was around 10 p.m., and that was the last confirmed sighting of the Yuba County Five alive. Part 2. The Disappearance. When none of the men returned home the next morning, their families grew worried. They called the police. Days passed, but no one knew where the men had gone. Then, a week later, police found Jack Madruga's car, abandoned on a lonely mountain road deep in the Plumas National Forest, about 70 miles from Chico. It made no sense. The car was in good condition. There was enough gas in the tank. The keys were missing, but the doors were unlocked. Inside were empty snack wrappers, the same snacks they had bought after the game. But why had they driven into the mountains? It was February, the snow was thick, and they were not dressed for cold weather. The road led nowhere near their homes. They weren't campers, hunters, or hikers. So why go there? Part 3. The Search. Search teams began combing the snowy forests and mountains. Helicopters flew overhead. Volunteers on snowmobiles tried to track footprints. But the snow was deep, and the weather turned worse. Then, 3 months later, in June 1978, a group of motorcyclists discovered something terrible. They found a broken Forest Service trailer nearly 20 miles from where the car had been abandoned. Inside was the body of Ted Weiher. He had survived for weeks, maybe even 2 months. The trailer had food, clothes, a fireplace, and blankets, but no one had used the wood stove. Next to Ted's body were opened food cans and a notebook with Gary Mathias's name inside. It looked like Ted had starved or frozen to death, even though there was plenty of food nearby. Soon after, searchers found the remains of Jack Hewitt and William Sterling a few miles from the trailer, partially covered in snow. They had likely died trying to find help. Jack Madruga's body was found even farther down the road, near a stream. And Gary Mathias, the 5th man, was never found. Part 4. Theories and Questions. Even after all these years, the case remains one of California's strangest mysteries. Why did they drive up into the mountains that night? Why didn't they light a fire in the trailer? And what happened to Gary Mathias? Some believe the men got lost. Maybe they took a wrong turn. Others think someone chased them or tricked them. There were even reports of strange lights in the sky that night, and a local man said he saw 5 men and a woman with a baby walking on the mountain road. Was it confusion or something else entirely? Gary's shoes were found in the trailer, meaning he might have gone out into the snow and never returned. Despite decades of searches, no trace of him has ever been discovered. Part 5. The mystery lives on. To this day, the case of the Yuba County Five is unsolved. The area where they disappeared, near the Sierra Nevada mountains, remains wild, cold, and full of unanswered questions. Maybe they panicked. Maybe they were lost. Or maybe something more mysterious happened that night, something we still don't understand. What we do know is this: 5 young men went to watch a basketball game, and only one came close to making it home. Thank you for listening to the Daily Easy English Talk. If you enjoy mysterious, real-life stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with a friend who loves mysteries. And remember, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Good night, and stay curious.